Have you ever watched someone at the checkout line just stop? Not because anything dramatic happened, just because the number on that screen didn't match what was in their head. And for a second, they stand there trying to figure out where the extra money went. That moment is happening in grocery stores across America every single day right now. But here's what's interesting. Walk out to that same parking lot, and you'll see two completely different kinds of people. One group is frustrated, stressed, still staring at the receipt. The other group loaded their bags, got in the car, and drove home without that feeling. Same stores, same neighborhood, same income. The difference isn't what they earn. It isn't how much they buy. It's that somewhere in the last year, they quietly made 5 specific switches inside their cart. Small ones, the kind nobody announces. And those switches are saving them $2, $3, sometimes $400 a month on almost the exact same meals. There's one switch on this list, we'll get to it around the middle, that costs under $2. It sits on a shelf most people walk past every week. And it does something a $15 product in the next aisle simply cannot. But let's start with the one moving fastest right now. The one most families are still grabbing without looking at the price. Number 5, ground beef. Most families still treat this like a staple, something automatic. You don't think about the price because you never had to. That's exactly why this one hits so hard. Bureau of Labor Statistics data is clear. A pound of regular ground beef costs $4.10 in 2020. Today, it costs $6.74, a 64% increase, on something most families buy every single week without questioning it. And here's why this doesn't correct quickly. The U.S. cattle herd just hit its lowest level since 1951. The supply problem is structural. The USDA is projecting another 10% increase this year alone. A woman in Phoenix posted on Reddit last month that she switched taco night to ground turkey. Same seasoning, same recipe. Her family noticed for exactly 1 week. Then stopped noticing entirely. Ground turkey at $3.99 a pound versus $6.74. That's around $180 a year saved on just taco night. But here's what she said that stayed with me. She said her kids actually ate better that week. Faster. Less picking at the food. She hadn't realized she had been putting slightly less beef in the pan because of the cost. The portions were a little thin. Turkey fixed it, and the bill went down at the same time. That feeling, fixing something without losing anything, comes up a lot on this list. The next one is daily, and most people don't feel it until it has already doubled. Number 4, ground coffee. This one doesn't arrive with a warning. You buy it on autopilot for years. Same brand, same size, same routine. Until one morning, the routine costs twice as much. BLS data released April 10th shows the average price of a pound of ground roast coffee at $9.61. In 2020, that same pound cost $4.30, a 123% increase. CNBC called it the steepest and most sustained coffee price surge since tracking began in 1980. A 52-year-old named Chuck in Indiana filmed himself at Walmart. He held up his receipts for the same tub of Maxwell House he had been buying for years. Nearly doubled in price. Over 1 million people watched it because every single one of them had felt the same thing but never said it out loud. The quiet shift spreading. Store brand coffee from discount grocers. Same roast, same caffeine. $4.99 to $5.99 a pound, compared to $9.61. Families making this swap save $40 to $60 a month on coffee alone, and almost all of them say the morning felt exactly the same. While other families keep paying double out of habit, these families quietly fixed their most daily expense without changing their day. Now this next one still looks completely normal on the shelf, but what's happening behind that price is something most families were never told. Number 3, olive oil. This one wasn't supposed to feel expensive. That's part of what makes it land differently when it does. Federal Reserve data shows olive oil prices nearly doubled between 2023 and 2024. 3 consecutive years of drought across southern Europe collapsed harvests. A 25-ounce bottle that cost $7 in 2020 now runs $14 to $17. But here's the mistake almost every household makes. Most of that olive oil goes into a hot pan, frying, high heat cooking. And at high temperatures, the flavor that makes olive oil worth paying for disappears completely. A teacher named Sarah in North Carolina posted in a budget cooking group that she made one adjustment. She kept olive oil only for salads and finishing dishes. Everything going into a hot pan switched to vegetable oil at $3.99 for 48 ounces. Her monthly bill dropped $22. But she said what she noticed first wasn't the money. She stopped feeling vaguely guilty every time she poured it, like she was doing something slightly wasteful without knowing why. That feeling went away, and the savings followed. Same cooking, same meals. One bottle now lasts 3 times as long. While others keep pouring premium oil into a hot pan and burning the value out of it, these families quietly stopped. Now this next one. Almost nobody notices this happening because it was specifically designed that way. Number 2, orange juice. Same carton, also brand, different math. NBC News price tracker from April 7th shows orange juice up 22% since January 2025 alone. A 52-ounce carton that cost $3.49 in 2020 now runs $6.99 or more. The reason goes back years. Citrus greening disease has been destroying Florida and Brazilian crops for nearly a decade. Florida and Brazil supply 85% of the world's orange juice. The quiet switch gaining momentum. Frozen orange juice concentrate. Same 100% juice, almost vitamins. You add the water at home. Costs around $2.49 for the equivalent amount. Families making this swap save $15 to $20 a month. Same glass, different math. Their kids don't notice. Their spouse doesn't notice. The only difference shows up at checkout. While most families keep paying for water in a carton, these families stopped. Now the next one. The problem here is not what people are buying, it's how they're using it. Number 1, name brand cereal. This one didn't just get more expensive, it got smaller. At the same time, on purpose. USDA projects cereal prices will rise faster than the 20-year average through 2026. But the real story already happened quietly. A family-sized name-brand box that cost $3.99 in 2020 now commonly runs $6.49 or more. And the box got smaller. Less food, more money. This is called shrinkflation, engineered to be invisible. A father in Michigan switched his 3 kids entirely to store-brand cereal. His kids didn't notice after 2 weeks, and he saved $40 a month. But here's the detail that stuck with me. One week, he bought the name brand again because it was on sale. His youngest asked if something was different about the cereal. He had noticed, not the cheaper version, but the more expensive one, because the portions felt bigger that week. That was the moment he realized he had been paying more for less without knowing it. Now this next category. This is where the money quietly disappears the fastest, and almost nobody tracks it until they see the total as one big number. It's the little things you grab without thinking that end up costing way more than you expect. Drop a comment right now. What's the one thing in your cart that's been shocking you the most lately?